Hello, little ones. Would you like to hear a story? I've got one for you. From Rolling with Remix. Long ago, the land of Irion was governed by many majestic empires. The humans of the plains, the elves of the forest, the Oreads of the mountains, the Merrow of the oceans, and the kobolds and Okiti taking what was left. But, as is so common amongst all with darkness in their hearts, those who had power would not be satisfied until they had more. War broke out, alliances being made and broken in a second, as the once civilized races slew each other in droves in vain attempts to get one more seat of power. The kobolds, on the brink of annihilation, sought out a new draconic god who would protect them. Instead, they found Jagotha. A powerful and terrible dragon, Jagotha cared not for the suffering of those around him. Taking advantage of the warring continent, Jagotha razed Irion to the ground, seeking to carve a mighty empire in his name. A last desperate alliance stood firm against Jagotha, and after a terrible battle, the dragon was finally slain. With Irion torn apart, and no one in any shape to continue the war, an armistice was reached, and the Great War ended. Now, many years later, Irion has started to rebuild, and the Age of Clockwork has begun. And our unlikely heroes, gathered first to celebrate a harvest festival, may soon find themselves at the center of another war. Trevlon, the halfling bard.
I don't need sleep. All I need is a good case to follow.
Corellian, the kobold paladin.
I will not make the same mistakes again.
Malifane, the half-elf rogue.
I will find them. I will save them. Actions speak louder than words, boy.
And Momo, the Arakakra cleric.
If we have to fight, we will fight together.
From humble beginnings, these brave adventurers may soon find themselves the key to saving the fallen empires. Last time on Rolling with Remix, Fallen Empires. Our heroes ducked and ran through the corridors of the oil rig, finally getting back to the Overlook, where they found the priestess Snalgu being guarded by a series of drakes to prevent anyone from getting too close. Getting information from her, the group learned that the Merrow were not keen on letting the kobolds get away, claiming that the drilling was both a danger to them bringing up the black water that made them sick, and necessary to unearth gemstones and other valuable artifacts from deep below the ocean's surface. A total immediate retreat would not be possible, or if it was, would be very dangerous. For if the Merrow saw fleeing boats and no defenders between them, it would have been a slaughter. Hence, the priestess's plan was to keep the conflict going for as long as she could, sending out boats in staggered ways while defending the rig, and then at the last possible moment, detonating it with a few kobolds still inside, to make the Merrow think that the piles of ash floating in the water was all that was left of the defenders. Our heroes insisted that the Merrow could be negotiated with, despite Snalgu's insistence to the contrary, and they sent a message to Kailani explaining that the kobolds were here to talk. Kailani responded that if the heroes were on the rig, they would be right over. They, including the Queen of the Merrow herself and the High Priestess. Seeing that the heroes had once again endangered her and the rest of the kobolds by disobeying her orders, Snalgu rationalized that there was not much chance she would get off the rig alive, and decided to reveal, in what she thought were her last few minutes, that she was the one who ordered Corellian's wife killed. Or, more specifically, Corellian himself. It would have been much easier for a kobold to disappear than it would have been for an elf, even if the elf was nobility, and what Snalgu believed was a member of the Scarlet Snakes. Reeling from this revelation, and the revelation that it was Ecthrois Strain, the Plague Lord who had worked as a mercenary for the Okiti, who fired the shot that killed Hespera, Corellian and the rest of the party went back onto the deck of the oil rig, given a strict 5-minute timer to prove that the Merrow could be negotiated with, while thanks to his deal with the strange being from Geisel's book, Trevlon was actually able to communicate with the Queen of the Merrow. A series of cannon shots directly to her made her not in a talking mood. The combined raw strength of the massive Merrow Queen, the healing of Kailani to keep her afloat, and the terrible magics of the High Priestess, even with the avatar of Sirenita herself showing up to help the heroes fight, proved an overwhelming force against our heroes, who made a series of increasingly poor tactical decisions that ended with Corellian and Trevlon in frozen statues, and Malifane retreating back into the oil rig that was due to explode, presumably to grab the priestess and run. Will they be able to survive the encounter? Will they be able to resolve it peacefully? And how many more bodies must pile up before the end of the war? Find out on tonight's episode of Rolling with Remix, Fallen Empires.
Hello and welcome to Fallen Empires. This is a very nice show where we all relax and have fun and play D&D. I'm your host, Alex, and with me, as always, is my lovely casting crew. We've got Scott, who just crashed out of Roll20.
Dun 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 dun. That's the Super Metroid self-destruct theme. We're gonna fucking die.
Oof. We've got Atlas.
Fallen Empires is a nice game where nothing bad ever happened. Wait a second.
We've got Walrus. And we've got JoJo.
Today is the last day where we will leave. Today we will never see each other again. Any day we think we'll see each other again. It's all a dream, and we're gonna perish. So farewell.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Deep breaths, boys. We're going in.
Alright, so when last we left off, our heroes are making a series of increasingly poor tactical decisions. Malifane decided to run back into the oil rig that was about to explode. Everyone else decided to descend to the level of the water to fight the High Priestess, and they nicely lined up for a cone of cold that left Corellian and Trevlon as frozen statues. Momo thankfully managed to survive, and a quick clarification about Cone of Cold, the spell that was recently used. If someone dies to it, they're a frozen statue and need special stuff to be revived. They can still be healed normally since it took them to 0 HP. Frozen is just flavor text at this point. That being said, let's go back to bad situations are we.
Cool.
Alright. Cone of Cold just triggered, so now it is Momo's turn.
Okay. I'm not ready for this. I am gonna use Healing Word on Corellian.
You sure you don't want to use it on me? Because I can...
Oh, true that. Yeah, I'll use it on Trevlon.
Alright. Momo sends a quick prayer of healing, and the ice starts slowly just cracking and sloughing off of Trevlon. You are very, very cold, Trevlon, but you are alive.
Oh, this sucks! Birdmate, you might want to... Momo, you might want to just get up. I think it's a better idea to be on the rig than down here where the water is.
Momo's just... He looks at him and nods and just leaps off the water and flies up. Not too far, but not to where Gwen can really straightforward hit him.
Cool. Are you going anywhere or just straight up?
Just straight up.
Cool. Let's say that you're about 30-35 feet in the air then.
Sounds good.
Cool. You want to cast a cantrip or make a ranged attack from here?
Yeah, I'll use my short bow and try to hit Gwen.
Okay.
Just to...
That's a hit.
Ooh.
once again, I feel the need to remind you that when weapons draw near, this like sheet of water covering her body appears and slows them down. So you knock an arrow, fire it off, and it just kind of goes dunk against her shoulder. All right. It is Trevlon's turn.
And it is. First of all, healing word on Corellian. Let's get that fixed.
Corellian, oh god, that was so cold. What the fuck?
You alive?
Barely.
Oh, thank Christ. Okay. Is there any way to get back to higher ground onto the rig where Gwenomir's can't really hit me as easily? Or would that be a really tall order?
You could just barely manage to climb up. There's not really a ladder where you are. You'd have to make an athletics check.
Well, now I'm just debating whether or not it'd be better to just walk backwards. And I'm definitely not good at athletics. This is really tough, because I know I'm going to probably fail that athletics check, but at the same time, being on the same level as them is bad.
I should also point out, Ice Chain is not broken.
Okay. It's going to hurt me if I move too far. Right. And climbing that thing is going to fucking suck. Okay! You know what? I'm just going to move out of the way of these guys. For reference, Alex, could you remind me, how many squares was it until when the chain takes hold, so to speak?
You can be at a max of 20 feet away.
Right. Let me just double check. Max 20?
Yes.
That would mean being here should be okay?
Should. Yeah.
Okay. Right. Being there instead, great. I'm also going to cast 2 volleys of Eldritch Blast at Gwenomir.
Okay. That's hit.
Hits.
Yeah, both of them hit.
baby.
Oh,
Nice.
fuck!
For once, they're doing damage.
Oh my
Amazing.
god, Eldritch Blast is doing something!
I did something.
Perhaps it's the fear of death that has inspired Eldritch Blast to actually kick into gear.
This is a good motivator.
Alright. Kobolds that are not Corellian are all dead or in the rig, so Corellian.
I'm going to disengage, and I'm going to go. I'm gonna go about here, and I'm going to use my action to give Trevlon 10 points of healing through Lay on Hands.
Alright.
And I am going to
Wait, hold on.
use.
Disengage is an action.
Oh, you're right. I'm
shit.
sorry. In that case, I don't do the Lay on Hands. I'm still going to disengage and move. Thank you for reminding me. I know where my head is right now, and I'm going to get back to about there.
Okay.
Actually, sorry.
Staying there?
No, I'm gonna move a little further. Let's see, I have 10 feet left from here, so I'm gonna go to about there, and I don't believe that's enough. No, that's within 20 feet, so...
Yeah, athletics check to climb up onto the rig.
Okay, that's fine.
Would that be short enough?
The
chain, I mean.
Yes, because I'm also counting the Z-axis along with X and Y, so...
Okay.
I'm not going to be that mean.
Thank you.
Alright. Sirenita is looking real bad, but I believe she's still grappling Kailani. So she's going to disengage and fly straight up with him in her talons.
Good.
About 50 feet in the air now, with a flailing, screaming fishman.
Oh no.
So, Malifane, you were going to run into the rig, but you also drew the Rakshasa card, which is follow the next suggestion you get. And I believe someone yelled, "Get back here."
That would be me.
He did.
Mhm.
That said, do I need to be in a specific spot, or do I just need to go back to where they were? That's a serious question.
Suggestion you follow to the best of your ability and the intent. The way I rule suggestion is if you stretch super hard to try and make go over here be the opposite of what they meant, then no. But you can follow it to the best of your ability without perverting the original intent too bad. So there's no specific space you have to be. You just heard "get over here," and you heard it coming from where Trevlon was.
Okay. In that case, I'm just gonna have Malifane move 5, 10, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, or at least, to the best of his ability.
Alright.
What are you doing?
What are you talking about? We're retreating.
We have to save them.
Them? Who's them?
Who do you think I'm talking about? The two down below where it's gonna blow.
It's gonna blow no matter what we do, as long as people are up here.
There's got to be a way. He casts that thought aside for now. I think Mal is going to... Alex.
Yes?
Is there some... shot in the dark here. Is there some sort of... Gwenomir's been putting up this wall of water, so to speak. I know that's not what it is, but... Is there some sort of... spell casting focus, or is there a hole in the wall, so to speak, or... What?
When she is casting spells, it mostly involves a lot of spinning of the trident tentacle staff in her hand.
Okay. I need to really think about this.
Just as an aside, Krellian's sort of gonna do a little glance up at the cannon, then back at you.
I thought that cannon was shot down.
Not that
one?
cannon.
I see. But okay, now here's another dumb question. How big is the cannonball in comparison to the size of the average marrow?
Cannonballs are pretty damn big. So, like you saw, they would hit Arista no problem. But with proper aiming, basically, let me put it mechanics-wise. Size has nothing to do with how well cannons can hit things.
So if I aimed really hard, I could aim not for the marrow, but the staff in her hand?
No! Fuck that, no! Not with the damn cannonball!
That's what I figured. Okay. In that case, I'm just gonna use my bow then. Try and disarm her. Is that okay?
I mean, I think it'll definitely hit. Well,
I'm
then
not
we'll
hearing
hit
any no's.
I don't give a shit. Fucking kill her, whatever.
I just think that the cannonball would kill her better.
Yeah, except you're offering that to Malifane.
She's using a shield to block all of our projectiles. I'm just saying.
Also, Mal used all his movement, so that was more of a, hey, by the way.
Given my current circumstances, this is the best course of action for the time being. Well, if there aren't any objections, yeet! Oh, well, the 20, anyways.
I'll take the 20. Did you want to deal damage, or did you want to knock the trident out of her hand?
Knock the trident out of her hand.
Okay. Trident goes out of her hand while she's spinning it. She looks up, smirks. You missed.
Wasn't aiming for you.
Alright. Arista is going to, try and jump up in the air to go and smack Serenita. Let's see, she's not proficient in athletics, so it's just strength.
Oof.
I'll say she can just barely reach, so this is an attack with disadvantage against Serenita.
Stop those balls, damage!
Thwomp! She just swings a hand right through Serenita, who gives out a loud screech and dissipates into mist. And Kailani's gonna fall immediately after that. Arista then lands. Because of the jump, I'm gonna say that she does not have multi-attack this turn. So let's see how much falling damage Kailani takes.
Oh, fuck.
No.
Could be worse.
Could be a lot worse, but he is not looking good as he slams into the water. Falling was the entirety of his turn. Gunamir just swims backward, picks up her trident, and swims back.
I did not think this through.
No, you did not! No, you... Absolutely you did not! She could just go get her. Alright. She looks up at Momo and points the trident. I'm going to need you to make a dexterity saving throw, Momo.
Fuck me running.
No.
Okay, so, you hear a burble look down, and this huge geyser of water bursts from below and strikes you directly. You are covered in cold water, and it slows your movement speed to 6 feet. I think you actually might be dead.
No! No.
I'm down.
Okay. Momo, you fall. That's 2 death saving throws failed when you hit the water. Trevlon.
Healing word. Let's just put that out there. Healing word. Healing word.
Healing word for healing board.
Yeah, I don't feel like Momo dying right now. That just doesn't vibe well. I am handling this perfectly, by the way. Be alive now.
Please.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I do a reaction to her hitting me, or was me falling my reaction?
I think Hellish Rebuke is when you take damage, and that was enough to down you, so no.
Fuck! Sorry.
Is this what it's like to have a heart attack?
Perhaps. Trevlon, you want to move anywhere?
Thinking. Yeah, I think I do. Trevlon is...
Not there! You will
yeah,
die!
No, just realized that. I'm already like as far as I could possibly be. Except, let me see. If I move there?
You could move closer, and that would get Corellian in range of a cannon, hint hint.
Yeah, if I move there, he'll be closer and he'll be able to do the cannon, and
Yeah.
I won't, be strangled. Yeah. Trevlon runs this direction. And...
Yeah. Also, by the way, just realized, I think Corellian still has haste up, so Lay on Hands would have worked last turn. You have 16 health, Trevlon.
Fantastic. I did not realize that. Cool. Trevlon lives yet! For now. Maybe. See what happens next! Trevlon shoots, first of all, 2 blasts of Eldritch Blasts at Gwenamir again.
Good.
Both
Yes.
hits.
Wow, that's a good. That's very good.
Sick.
That's a very good. Cool.
Yes.
All right.
And
The bolts of energy strike Gwenamere, and as they crackle and burn, you can see that blue and purple blood starts leaking from her. She is bloodied now.
Travelon yells to Corellian, "Hit this lady!" That could be taken out of context. Yes! Do it!
Yes, sir.
Alright. Corellian.
Up I go.
Okay.
Swinging the cannon.
Cannon is
Taking
aimed.
aim.
Needs one more action to fire.
You mentioned I was still under haste.
You know what? Why not?
Yes!
Let me just pull up the cannon stat sheet, because it's a lot of dice being rolled. Cool.
Should I just roll d20 proficiency, question mark?
It's a +6 flat, so
Okay. So I'll just roll a d20.
yeah, roll
Sick.
and see if you get higher than that. I'll be nice.
Perfect.
Does anyone have Bardic Inspiration or Guidance?
I do have Bardic Inspiration.
Bardic Inspiration, go! That is enough to hit. So it's still resistant, but a cannonball fucking decks Gwenamere, and she dips below the surface of the water, and then comes back up, looking very, very peeved at you. Sunita is dead. Malifane!
Okay. I, as a player, have been thinking about this for a while. I am pretty sure this isn't the case, but I'm gonna ask anyways.
Okay.
Arista, is she... How do I word this?
She's not an ally.
No, I know that much. Is she... someone want to help me with this? Okay. So far, to my knowledge, the only times that we have seen Arista have been when she has been with Gwenamere. I'm taking a shot in the dark here, but is she under some kind of control?
Make an insight check.
Do you have Bardic Inspiration, Mal, by the way?
Doesn't need it.
Yeah, you don't need that.
From what you've seen in the City of Shimmering Lights, Gwenamere has been the only person with the ability to talk to Arista. Given those circumstances, it is highly likely that Gwenamere has some influence over Arista, given that she's one of the only people able to communicate.
I think I get it. Okay. Whew. That helps a lot. Other question, irrelevant to that. Does the cannon need time to recharge, or would it just need another action to fire?
Cannons take 3 actions, 1 to load, 1 to aim, 1 to fire.
Okay. 1 to reload, 1 to aim, 1 to fire. In that case, Malifane is going to move up onto the higher part of the rig, and I guess there's no other wording for it. Just use the help action to reload the cannon.
Cannon's loaded. Okay.
And yeah, that'll do it.
All right. Let's see, where would Arista go next? I think
Probably-
Arista's gonna swim up here and try to smash this particular cannon so that there's not a loaded backup one. Don't know why that had disadvantage. Turn that off. 27 is definitely enough to hit. Oh, it was a critical too, so... yeah. She just breaks off that particular part of the oil rig as oil starts spewing out, leaking everywhere. It's gross, it's nasty. clearly some pipes have been broken either from within or from a giant Marrow Queen busting them. No particular desire to use her bite action on cannons, so that's Arista's turn. Kailani is going to, disoriented, swim after Arista. I think he can make it there. Not quite all the way over.
Okay.
But he can use Healing Word at range, so you hear, "You're doing great!" Kailani.
Poor guy.
Kalani's gonna
So
be pissed at
good.
us after this.
I feel
Yeah.
so bad.
Alright. Gwenamir is going to swim up to Momo, twirl her staff, and start whacking.
Ah,
That's a miss. You barely duck out of the way of this one, Momo. That's also a miss. She then dives under the surface of the water. That's an attack of opportunity.
can I want to use spiritual weapon.
You can't. You don't have
Scorching.
You cannot cast spells as a attack of opportunity. It's melee attacks.
Use your ice sword.
Okay, then I will use my ice sword.
You try to use your ice sword. You miss with the ice sword as Gwenamir uses the Z-axis and going up and down to her advantage.
Oh, damn Z-axis.
I hate you, maths.
Alright. Momo. Now you can go.
Fuck. Toll the Dead. Can I do that?
Yeah, you can do any of your spells now, because it's your turn. Okay. I'll take the higher one of those, because that's lane damage for the high bit of Toll the Dead, and that is a Wisdom save.
Oof.
Nice.
Yeah. Enraged at the slaughter going on around you, and the fact that your patron god basically got poofed away, you hold your holy symbol aloft, and a loud dong rings through the air, Momo, and seems to strike hard at Gwenamir, who looks to be barely hanging on. Trevlon, unless Momo wants to do anything else.
Can I cast another cantrip?
If it's a bonus action,
It is a bonus action.
okay.
Can I move at all?
Yes.
I'm gonna swim up to her and use Chill Touch. Why is it not doing it? Do it!
Do it.
Ah, God, please,
Oh, I hate
please.
this.
Do it.
I hate when roll 20 better.
Yes!
Okay. Chill Touch is an action.
Hey, you can cast Spiritual Weapon as a bonus action and attack on the same
I can do that, I'll do that!
with it.
Do it.
Alright.
Yes!
Let me look up. Actually, no. Your spiritual weapon is the sickle, because that's the weapon you started out with. You, raise it again,
Yeah.
forming a sickle out of wind and pure magical energy, and swing at Gwenamir. Roll for damage!
Kill it.
Please. Please.
Please.
It's not doing it.
Really?
You have
Yeah,
to
it's not-
select the level.
Oh, huh.
Your magical weapon strikes right past the shield surrounding Gwenamir, hitting her directly in the heart. She gasps, coughing up blue and purple blood, and collapses onto you. The chain of water binding Corellian and Trevlon together collapses, soaking what's left of the oil rig's deck. Trevlon.
Trevlon runs this direction, so Arista and him are in clear view of each other, and once more tries to kinetically link to her.
Okay.
And says,
Wait, is there a 6-second timer here?
That's what I'm thinking. Would there be?
Yes.
1 second, let me just think. Trevlon says, Gwenomir's dead. The rig's about to blow. Please listen.
Persuasion roll.
My boy.
All right. Arista turns from smashing the rig apart, tosses bits of debris over her side, looks directly down at you.
What would you have to gain from talking now?
Possibility of all of us getting out of here alive, I guess.
Corellian,
Get out of there!
Corellian, make a perception check, actually, before you do anything. Okay, everything looks fine to you.
Corellian is going to use one action to aim the cannon, and then would I be able to ready an action? Or no?
Sure, I'll go for it. What are you ready?
I will ready firing the cannon if Arista is going to attack any one of the party.
Okay. Malifane, you also want to make a perception roll?
And what is this for again? I'm sorry.
Just go ahead.
Better watch out. You better watch
Better
out.
watch out.
Better watch
Better
out.
watch out.
Better watch out.
That's good.
Kailani appears to have halted in his tracks, hearing the cannon fire, looked back, and seen Gwenomir dead. His eyes look pretty damn focused on the High Priestess now. And he is a cleric.
No. No, no, no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no.
I'm honestly thinking what to do here. Do I stop him or do I stop them? I actually don't know what to do here.
Stop him! Sorry.
What?
He's going to
I
try and heal Gwydimer!
What's... Is he trying to move, or is he trying to just heal in the spot that he's in?
He's thinking about it.
I believe he would need to be in close contact in order to cast a revival spell. Yes.
Okay.
Revival spells are touch.
Is this one? I'm not good with words. This is honestly the only thing I can think to do. I'm gonna leave the talking to you guys, but Mal is going to shoot... First of all, he's gonna say to Momo, "Get out of the way!" And he's going to shoot a smoke bomb right there.
Can Momo move, like, back a space? Or is it not his turn?
It's not his turn, but if Mal is aiming specifically there, Momo's smart enough to just not be there when the smoke bomb hits. Alright.
Other than that, I mean, is there any... I'm gonna wait one more turn, and you know damn well what I'm gonna do after that. I'm gonna wait one more turn. Alright, I think I'm good.
Cool. Alright. Arista does not seem in an attacking mood, and she swims closer, to get the full giant woman looming over you as you try to convince her not to crush you effect. Kailani is going to about face, swim up to Gwynomir.
No!
and cast Revivify.
No! I told you to hold it back!
Divine energy flows through his hands and directly into the High Priestess, who opens her eyes, gasps in pain, and immediately sits back up. Gwenamir then looks around, sees what's going on, twirls her staff, and vanishes.
Fuck!
Momo just flies up and away from this.
Alright.
He gives Kailani like a, how could you look before doing so.
Kailani looks confused and a little bit hurt as you stare at him that way. Okay. So, Trevlon, what are you gonna do?
So you're saying that it was her turn, and she comes up to me, and she doesn't kill me.
That is correct.
Does Arista look any different?
Say again?
Does Arista look any different?
Insight check?
Insight. Okay. Oh, my blood pressure's rising. Insight. Come on. Please. It's not doing anything.
Oh,
baby!
Oh, baby! 31 insight. She does seem to realize that you were not the ones actively attacking her, and she does have a reason to listen now that there aren't people trying to kill her. That being said, given the fact that you just killed her High Priestess, she's a little wary of actually following through without a damn good argument.
That is understandable.
Okay. So, Trevlon.
One second, thinking.
Riveting commentary.
I know, I'm so sorry.
It's fine.
I am actually... Oh my god. I
Okay.
can't...
Okay. I would like to roll persuasion, as Trevlon says to Arista. We are the only thing that can stop this thing from killing a lot of people in the city.
Explain yourself.
We know the person inside, we know her, and the only reason that she's blowing up this rig is because she thinks that the Merrow can't be reasoned with. If we let her know that you are open to negotiations, the rig doesn't explode.
That's well over 6 seconds, but I'll let you keep talking. I'll rather, hold on. That's well over 6 seconds, but I'll let you keep that argument. It's just going to be cut off there.
Okay. Persuasion check still?
Persuasion check still, yes.
Come on, baby. Mama needs a new pair of pants.
She's listening. She's listening pretty intently because you seem absolutely panicked and with no reason to lie to her. Corellian.
I mean, I guess I'll keep my readied action to fire a cannon at her if she decides to attack, but I can't really communicate with Arista, so I'm a little limited as to what I can do unless anyone else has any suggestions.
I am unsure myself.
Yeah. Not in this high-stress situation, I won't let you add to the conversation because it's in 6-second bursts.
Yeah, I'll just keep on the holding action, and you can do it, Trevlon.
Oh boy. Malifane.
I'm honestly weighing my options here. On one hand, I could easily jump down and get to Snalgu and Zetzag, but on the other hand, if I dash now, I am super worried that Arista might take it the wrong way. What the fuck do I do?
Trevlon sends a telekinetic message to Malifane and says, "Wait for my mark."
In that case, Malifane is going to ready an action for whatever Trevlon's mark is to dash like mad down into the core of the rig.
Okay. Alright. I'm just adjusting a couple of things on another map, don't mind me.
I see.
Okay. Meanwhile, back at this map, Arista is doing fine. Kailani swims over, swimming a little to the right once he gets to here, but then back on course over to Arista to go back to curing wounds, because he's a good boy. He's a very good boy. Arista's looking a lot better now.
He's a good...
And as you are midway through your conversation with Arista, Trevlon, you hear a roar and smell a whoosh of spray and turn, and a gigantic wall of water rushes towards you.
How big are we talking?
We are talking, like 10 feet tall and 30 feet long, so let me check the range on that. Oh yeah, it'll get to... it'll get up there, but I'll say that Malifane and Corellian, you have advantage on the dexterity save since the water isn't quite tall enough to cover you there.
22.
Cool.
One moment. 19.
Alright.
Yeah.
All of you succeeded, so for everyone but Malifane, that's half damage, so 7 bludgeoning damage as cold water pours over you. Malifane, you've got evasion!
I would make a snarky comment, but we're kind of in a tight situation right now.
Alright. And Momo.
I'm gonna fly over here, and I'm gonna heal Corellian.
Okay.
So...
You lay your hands on Corellian and channel divine energy through him. Good thing, too, because Corellian looked to be in pretty bad shape.
Yeah! You'll need it.
Good kid.
Alright. Trevlon!
One moment, just putting my words together. This is so hard. The High Priestess would have everyone die for this I can control. Tell me now, and negotiations can begin.
Last one. And negotiations can be...
Begin, yes.
Begin. Okay. As you say this, Arista smiles.
It would seem you were incorrect about the High Priestess being dead. Why should I believe you over her?
Since you were incorrect about the High Priestess being dead, why should I believe you?
That was one of the first things you mentioned when you started conversation, so,
Because I'm the only person who can convince them. And I point to the rig.
Persuasion check. Corellian!
I would like to try and pinpoint where that spell was cast from.
Okay. Given the direction of the tidal wave, it seems to be from roughly over... Did my ping not show up?
No.
No.
Shit. Ah, that is why. It's not on the right layer.
Well, shit.
Roughly from over where the X is. Make a perception check to see if you can pinpoint it further.
Take my advantage. I'm looking too.
Okay, I'll take advantage then.
Yep.
Oh.
That is your best guess as to where.
In that case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ready in action, and as soon as I see Gwenamere, I am going to javelin her.
Okay.
Are you sure about that? We just had this whole thing with... this is Scott talking. Are you sure you want to do that? Are you just considering the whole thing with... We just killed the High Priestess, and she doesn't like us about that, so... I'm just thinking about this. I'm sorry.
Okay, you know what? It's fine. I'm going to ready in action to cast Hold Person on the High Priestess as soon as I see.
Okay. Malifane.
I'm still holding my action to dash towards the bottom of the rig. That said, actually, could I try a better perception roll?
Sure.
Go on, you percepty boy. Good perception.
You can see ripples in the water moving from that position to more over here.
Malifane sort of directs his eyes to Corellian's and then sort of, does that thing where you shift your eyes very quickly towards the general spot.
Would I see her after he points her out?
You can see ripples in the water and get a vague idea of where she is.
Well, I don't see her, so I guess the hold doesn't... the held action doesn't proc then. Not yet.
Yep.
Yeah, just a general idea.
Alright. Arista smiles and says,
It will be interesting to see if you can make it back in time.
Trevlon immediately sends a telekinetic message to Momo and Malifane and book it.
Does it trigger? Is that the trigger?
You held your action for a signal, and that's a signal. Go! Alright. And as you send this signal, Trevlon, you hear a splash behind you and turn. Turning on advantage because you can't see her.
Yep.
And
Does this kill a poor boy? Nope. Yep.
No!
Wham! You are struck in the back of the head, and a deadly chill runs down your spine as you faint.
Oof.
Can I cast it now?
You can't see her!
I still can't? Okay.
She's invisible! You can't see her! Why did you fucking pick that as a trigger? You've lost a
didn't
spell
realize.
slot because you had an action for something that's not gonna happen. Curb your enthusiasm theme.
So he's unconscious but not dead?
He will be starting death saving throws on his next turn. Unless you heal him.
Yeah, baby, heal the boy.
Alright. Trevlon, you get back up from having something strike you in the back, and your face is currently in the water.
Run!
Alright. Trevlon, you look up and see Momo having not booked it when you told him to.
What does the Arista look like right now?
She does not look like she's got much of a change in demeanor right now.
Okay. Now this is tricky. Just thinking of how I would be able to smack Guinevere if necessary. But also possibly getting out of the water would be a good idea. You know, first of all, how much health does Momo have?
On a scale from 1 to 47, I'd rate Momo at about a 6.
Healing word. Level 1. Speaking, I can speak then move, right?
Yes.
Firstly, Trevlon says to Arista, she's gonna kill me. Do you want that?
Hold on, let me think about how I would phrase this.
Okay.
You spoke of saving the lives of my subjects. Unless you're volunteering to emigrate, you are not my subjects.
Understood.
I actually didn't catch it that time.
Because you're not Marrow, she will not mind if you in particular die.
Trevlon, would like to, with the exception of Arista and Kailani and, of course, Trevlon's dearest friends, Trevlon would like to affect people, everyone around him, with the pipes of haunting. And he toots it real.
Okay. Is that a...
Everyone?
Everyone,
basically just Guinevere if she's there.
Okay,
Yeah.
alright, okay. Good.
That's a wisdom save, I believe? Let me double check pipes.
Yeah, I'm gonna double check too. DC 15 wisdom saving throw. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, just barely.
Nice.
Yeah, fuck you, Guinevere!
Okay, and did you want to move, Trevlon?
Yeah, I'm gonna head up. Head up the way and get back onto the rig.
Okay. Alright. Corellian.
Would I be able...
You cut out super hard. I heard, would I be able?
I know, I cut myself off for that one. I stopped talking. I guess I'll... At my...
Riveting commentary.
I think
Yeah,
there may be...
I suppose I will go back. No, I'll ready my javelin, and if I can make an educated guess as to where Guinevere is, I would throw it at her.
Okay, perception check. Now that you know to look for ripples in the water, you saw her move westward after attacking Trevlon, who was where Momo is.
Yeah, I'm gonna... Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll say, since you can't see her, but you do have Oath of Enmity still active, I believe, it's just regular old attack.
Would this... Nah, never mind. Let's just see what happens.
That is a hit as you fling your javelin off to the side, and you see it stop in midair, and blood ooze from the wound as Gwenomir's form shivers and reappears, dead again.
Where is she?
Right, she was
Right
there.
Yeah, fuck you, Gwenamir, fuck you!
Gremlin's not a liar now.
Alright. I'm gonna try something and see if it works.
Oh, dear.
I'm going to move just Scott and the viewers over to this map.
Oh.
Now this is going to be some fucking pod race.
Okay. Malphane, you clamber down the ladder and land in the gallery hall.
Oh god.
Can confirm this is working.
Awesome.
I can't see it.
It's working.
Right. Is it possible to run stealthily?
Not very.
How much damage did each bullet do again? I can't remember.
Bullets did a fair amount of damage.
I can't believe I'm doing this. Okay. Alright, Alex. Humor me on this one.
Okay.
How far do I, the player, need to get in order to succeed in whatever concoction you're brewing?
You would need to get to the end of the hallway.
So not the whole map, just... And I'm just pink, so just around here.
Because you are so low on time, I have moved you to the halfway point of the map. You just need to go through the rest of it.
Door 2. Okay. Case. I am going to, you know what? F this. I'm going to dash. And 50, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, and then fall prone to the ground.
Alright. You make a mad dash down the long corridor, passing by pipes oozing oil and sparks as you do, and immediately drop on the ground as you hear the click-clack of pistols being loaded. As we take the viewers back to the rig map. Leaving Scott in the dark over there. Okay.
This is actually kind of interesting.
I'm glad we finally found a use for this kind of thing, now that the party has split up for sensible reasons. Arista's going to back up a little since she heard the rig was going to explode, and she, even if you fail, doesn't want to be anywhere near this thing.
As this is happening, Trevlon makes a psychic link to Kailani and says, "If you revive her again, we die, rig explodes. Don't."
Make an intimidation check.
I mean, you know what?
I'm really
This
angry
is-
at him. I don't want to intimidate him.
Hey, I will happily intimidate NPCs if they've been fucking little idiots.
Good job. He doesn't.
Oh!
Kailani looks over, gulps, looks sadly at the High Priestess, and dives underwater.
She outie. Well, he outie, I should say.
Kailani's a dude!
I know. And I'm a fucking idiot.
We
You
don't
don't have pants!
They're all as smooth as Barbie dolls down there. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh,
They retract.
oh, that's the goodest image I ever did here.
I'm so sorry.
You motherfucker.
I mean, I will pull up the artwork so you can see what I'm fucking talking about.
Let's just continue.
There it is. There's the good uprising artwork. You can look at that and
love
think
it.
about your sins.
No, I'm sorry.
No. I'm so glad I'm not looking right now and I'm typing out a script.
Momo.
I look at Trevlon. What do I do?
A little healing would be nice.
I fly over there and I heal the fuck out of him. Come on, baby, bring me the healing. Do it.
All right. You expend some of the last of your reserves of energy to make sure Trevlon doesn't freaking die. Trevlon!
Trevlon, as the High Priestess is leaving, bows.
The High Priestess is dead.
Wrong person. The big fish, as she leaves, Trevlon bows and turns to Corellian and Momo and says, "Holy shit!" and then casts Healing Word. And you know what? I'm gonna do it on Momo. Be alive.
Be alive, Momo. Alright.
We make it through this.
So it's the kobolds' turn. And yeah, there still are kobolds on the rig.
Okay.
Malifane, you hear the click-clack of several guns from above as I pull up the kobold stat sheet, and they're gonna fire.
With disadvantage?
With disadvantage. Also, fuck you, system update! I don't want an update in the middle of a stream!
Oh.
I believe
missed.
that's just barely a miss. That's a miss.
That's a big explosion.
BAM! Ah! As the gun explodes in the kobold's hand, however, because there's leaking oil, and I forgot to do this layer action, a stream of fire pours down over you, Malifane. Make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Come on, dex saving throw. Well, first of all, come on, load up my sheet. There we go. Okay.
Okay, you managed to stop, drop, and roll out of the way of a stream of fire. Because evasion, you take no damage if you succeed on dexterity saves.
Well, even if I fail, I only take half, so...
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Corellian!
Should I follow him, or should I stay here? I don't want to leave you two.
That's a real... Can you heal any...
Yes.
Do it. Go. We're fine.
Don't do this to me.
Do it.
Stay safe.
Yeah.
For you. Fine. And Corellian will dart off after Malifane.
Okay.
And, if I'm still under haste, I'm gonna use that to as much advantage as I can.
Alright.
Yeah.
I'll just put you over there, and put you on the token layer, and abracadabra. Malifane! You hear a clank, clank, clank behind you, and see Corellian zooming down to help.
What are you doing? Why did you follow me?
Can't let you down here alone. Besides, I was asked to.
Then we better hurry. I'm honestly debating if Mal should dash at this point now, because Corellian's following me behind.
Corellian's under haste.
Go.
He'll be fine for the next round or two.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, plop. Down to the ground.
Bam! Malifane, you get to an opened corridor, or rather, opened gallery at the end of the corridor, and then stop, drop, and roll again. Arista is continuing to go out of here. Kailani is underwater following her. Gwynnimere is deceased. Which means it is Momo's turn. I go back to this map. Whee!
Trevlon, what do we do?
Just look around and see if there's anything that's going to cause a real big problem during this. Have just eyes
Roll
open.
perception.
Yeah, dude.
Can I roll perception?
Yes.
Can I take advantage with Trevlon?
Sure.
Do it.
Yay!
Here's a real big problem. How exactly are you going to get away from a rig that's, I'd say, about minute 30 from exploding when it is leaking oil, assuming that Malifane and Corellian don't make it out?
I blink, and I look to Trevlon, and I assume he looks at me as well, and we're both like, we gotta get out of here!
Let's take a step back.
That's what I do. I can't cast walk water with him. I fly.
Water
and I
walk is
go
still
about-
active.
Oh yes! I go about here if I can.
Okay.
About here, because I don't want to be near her. I don't want to get her crusty witch cooties.
Alex, for the love of fuck, we are not on planet Zebes!
Alright. Trevlon.
Revlon stands next to Momo. Looks at Gwenimir and... You know, you're not going to be much of a footnote in this. And Trevlon looks at the book and smiles menacingly.
Okay. We're going to go back into the gallery hall with the kobolds. Let's see here. We're not supposed to be able to grab those as the viewers. What the hell? Thanks, Obama.
Ooh.
Ooh. All right. So, Corellian and Malifane, you each hear kobolds heading in your direction. Corellian, you hear a click as one fires. I don't think you dropped prone.
I did not.
Okay.
Oh.
Strikes you directly in the head. For a whopping 7 damage.
These kobolds are good shots.
Mm-hmm. Alright. Malifane, you hear a very loud click from below you. I'm gonna need you to make a dexterity saving throw again.
I see. Okay then. This is the part where I probably end up rolling out 1 for myself. Let's see what happens anyway. Oh boy! Here we go!
You, as you drop to the ground itself drops from under you. Turns out that was an elaborate trapdoor under a pool of boiling oil. Rather. As you drop into that. And oh fuck, this hurts.
My grandma's. Oh.
I'll say since it was the saving throw, technically you do take only 11 acid damage.
Life is good.
Corellian!
Yeah, I'm gonna keep on booking it. So there's 60 and I have to either dash or make an action, and I think I'm going to take an action to make sure I don't fucking die, and I'm going to... Wait, I have 2 fucking actions. What am I talking about? I'm gonna use my first action to lay on hands myself for 15, so... And then I'm going to use my second action to continue my... to dash once more and get to about here.
Okay.
Are you okay up there?
Fine, get the fuck out!
Yeah.
Malifane, since you start your turn in the oil, you take the damage.
Okay.
Do you want to uncanny dodge that?
I would love to.
Okay. You immediately clamber out of the pit, covered in boiling oil, and gasp for air as you go.
Mal, do you have a health potion or something?
Do I? I just have a healer's kit, and I already used my actions. I mean, my second wind.
Is it a free action to pass someone something?
It would be on your turn, so you can just, like, kind of toss down a potion to Mal.
No, that wouldn't make any sense.
Okay.
Well, I mean, my turn isn't over yet, so...
Yeah. Turn's still going.
Could I take it from him, or...?
If you moved up to Corellian.
Alright, 5, 10, 15...
Here, have my last potion of healing.
Thank you. How much does that heal?
I think not a whole lot, but it helps. Let me double check Potion of Healing. One day I will house rule these to not suck.
They kind of really do, though.
2d4 plus 2.
2d4. That's still better than nothing. Come on, please. Roll good. Roll well. Roll nice. Roll excellent. Roll something. Actually roll something.
Roll,
please.
please.
Oh. That's something. That is something, technically.
Alright.
Okay.
Since you're right there, I'm just gonna go ahead and quickly reunite everyone with the players so I can move everyone to this map and see what's going on, because I know that Trevlon and Momo are gonna keep on running, but Malifane and Corellian, you climb up the stairs to where you last saw the Priestess Snalgu. A lot of sparks and drips of oil are leaking throughout the chamber, and the drakes are still there, getting up to snarl at you.
Priestess!
The drake snarls and gets into an aggressive position as Snalgu looks over.
Easy there.
Oh my god, you people are the worst at following directions.
This is not the time for that.
The High Priestess is dead. Arista is retreating. They're willing to
Snalgu.
negotiate.
Yeah. Snalgu scoffs.
Yeah, I got your desperation the last time you were here.
Listen. I know I'm not the most conversational guy. I know that staying on this rig is a death wish. But I'll be damned if I let another person die for nothing. If you blow up this rig, the Kobolds
I'm dying to
only
save my
thing-
people! Is that so hard to understand?
If you want to save the people, go up there and see for yourself!
Make an intimidation roll.
Aurelia?
I mean, yeah, I'll grant him advantage if that's something I can do.
Thank you.
Oh.
Not high enough.
Do you want to try?
Can I say something? Is that alright?
Yeah.
Snalgu, they're all doomed if you die here. If you die here, it's just gonna be another Zokdi in charge, waiting to drive Myrdeal into the dust. You're the only one who can lead them, and if you die here, your life is wasted.
Okay. Persuasion roll.
Come on, charisma class.
Can I offer advantage?
Alright. You can certainly try to offer advantage. Go for it. Oh, God.
Look at you, Corellian.
I am not giving this up.
Suddenly caring despite all evidence to the contrary.
She taps her staff on the ground, and the two smaller Drake's Spire.
Sorry, I didn't mean to click that.
The two smaller Drake's Spire fly off to the side, and you can hear the sounds of fire gathering around their mouths.
You are being incredibly stubborn. If not you, then what about him? I know damn well he's over there.
Really?
Look at him.
Shows what you know.
He's still... You're just hot. I thought you wanted to save your people, but you are no better.
Make a perception roll as you brag about saving Zutzag. As you dramatically look that direction, you don't see Zutzag through that door. And you remember, wait, that's not the control room, that's a corridor. So you stop your argument right as you realize, no, Zutzag shut the door so you couldn't follow and is probably on the next fleet out. So I will give back that amount of time to you.
You haven't tried persuasion, Malifane.
I haven't really said anything that would be a cause for persuasion, though. So
Say something. You gotta try.
I didn't prepare.
Do you mind if I talk a little then?
Please.
Snalgu, you're the only person who can lead the kobolds at this point. The last leader took words directly from a necromancer, for God's sake. You're the only one with any sense. Please.
You tried that argument, kid.
I'll detonate the rig.
Brilliant. No.
Snalgu raises an eyebrow. Make a do you intend to actually detonate the rig?
Yes.
Alright. Then make a persuasion roll. Congratulations, you just bought a little bit of time. Snalgu quirks an eyebrow.
You are one stubborn little shit, you know that? Always have been.
I learned from the best.
Brilliant. Think about what you're doing. You're throwing your life away for nothing. Why?
I don't have a life anymore, Malifane. I never did. I've always been living on borrowed time. Shut the fuck up! And, I would like to bite off my pinky finger and give it to Malifane.
What?
Oh god! Yeah. You bite down hard on your pinky finger and rip your jaw away, handing it over to Mal.
Momo will know what to do with this, and if Momo doesn't know what to do with this, then Magdor will.
Why are you doing this?
I don't have a life anymore.
It's not too late.
I've been living on borrowed time for a year. It was always me who was supposed to die. Snalgu, go.
Ian, please.
Shut up, Malifane. Go, Snalgu. Just show me how to do it, and I'll do it.
Snalgu taps her staff on the ground, and the drakes back off.
Should be enough of this stuff poured down that you can grab a torch, toss it into the barrels all around here. Well, certainly a lot less efficient than just casting a spell, but what can you do? Godspeed, you goddamn idiot.
Yep, I'll get prepared, and as soon as she's out, I'll do it.
She casts a spell with a trunk. The metal door slides open for her. She steps through, slams it shut, locks it behind her.
I'm not going without you! Krillin!
Malifane, you have a life. You have a fiancé. I don't have anything anymore. Please, just go.
Please don't do this!
What option do I have?
Damn it! Malifane is going to it down the cord.
All right.
Or the other way. Right.
Malifane, you run. The bullets don't fly after you as you go, clamber up the next ladder, and immediately jump off of the rig. Trevlon and Momo, you see Malifane come out, but no one else behind him.
Malifane?
We don't have time! Just go!
All right. Trevlon, Momo, and Malifane, you run. You run far, and you run fast. As Corellian turns towards the barrels of oil around them and sees the torches hanging on the wall, fully lit by the various drakes that land by you and tilt their heads quizzically.
In Draconic, I'll sort of tilt my head back. One of you willing to drop this torch for me?
The drakes, let me actually check, because I know one of them speaks. Oh yeah, one of them tilts their head.
Too heavy. Needs to be you.
You look to the bigger ones. They don't have the paws needed to hold the torch.
Would they be willing to hold it in their, like, mouths or something?
You offer it up, and the drakes back away.
Alright. I'm going to... I'm going to turn to the Drake that spoke in Draconic, and I'm going to... Basically, what I'm going to try to do, or see if it'll work at least, try to balance the torch, and sort of balance the torch to where it's within range that it could be knocked off, and try to book it if they're willing to.
As you kind of mime dropping it, the Drake seems to understand and headbutts it out of your hand.
Shit, time to run.
Yeah. So just the one?
What do you mean, just one?
There were multiple piles of oil and multiple torches.
Yeah, I'm gonna set up as many as I can feasibly can, basically assuming that the others will follow suit, and
They're not that smart.
yeah, they're not that smart, are they? And how long will it take for the fire to travel on the oil? Would I be able to realize?
Make an intelligence check. You don't know.
Well, I'm still under haste. I'm going to... Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to set up the one, I'm going to ready another torch, and my plan is that I'm going to throw it as I run. I'm going to throw them as I run to get to the oil, and I'm going to dash, misty step, and run as hard as I can.
Okay. You hold out the torch. One of the drakes looks at it, nods in understanding, headbutts it out of your hands. As it does, you toss the other torch in the opposite direction, turn, and run, as boom, boom, two explosions rock the oil rig. You start losing your balance as you go. You teleport back to a standing position, clamber down the stairs, as you hear creaking, groaning, and just screaming as parts of the rig start collapsing behind you in fire. if the cracking stack was just unstable, this is completely taking everything down. Like, the grinding and screaming of metal surrounds you as fire bursts from every conceivable opening and you dash. Without your Plate of the Worm, you would be flash fried as you just make a mad dash for the exit. And everything seems to be going fine with haste, but then it wears off as you get to the ladder. Corellian, make an athletics check.
Oh, God. Oh.
Alright. You grab onto the ladder. Luckily, it was made for kobolds, so you clamber up it relatively quickly and slide over the opening just as a pillar of fire erupts from behind you, scorching your back, and you run for the edge of the oil rig and dive just as it erupts in flames. Corellian, everyone but you has had time to get to a safe distance. Make a dexterity saving throw. Oh, God. So, with the aura, that is still over 15. You made it pretty far on your own merits, Corellian. But as you make a flying leap, fire catches up to you, scorching your back and sending you collapsing down into the water. You just barely have enough time to swim to the surface before you pass out and the breath leaves you.
Corellian!
No! Trevlon says nothing and just runs towards Corellian.
Corellian is floating there, but Mel, I will say you're fast enough to grab him before he starts sinking.
Help me.
Can I roll?
Help him. Help me get him up.
Trevlon does.
Alright. You hoist up Corellian. The body is unresponsive.
Breathe, damn it, breathe!
Momo, do you have... Can you... Is... Momo, can you do this?
Momo is on mute for some reason, but said yes.
Do it.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Revivify?
Revivify. Alright. Malifane, you hand over the pinky finger that Corellian handed you. And Momo, though the dark arts still scare you, though you're still not quite sure what the power inside you is, instinctively you know what you must do. You hold the finger up to Corellian, and you start chanting, and divine energy flows through you into Corellian's body as they gasp out with 1 hit point left.
Corellian! Oh, you're okay!
Don't you can't do that.
Even more borrowed time.
Trevlon stands forwards and offers a hand to help Corellian.
Corellian, you
Very
need all
good.
the help you can get. I didn't even bother calculating the fucking explosion damage, but you are in bad shape.
I also help. Yeah, the hot dog. Yeah, I help.
Likewise.
As Corellian rises to his feet, Trevlon just sort of looks at him for a little bit, and his face is blank and shocked before he immediately tears up and hugs Corellian very tightly, weeping, and says, "Don't you ever fucking do that again. Don't you dare."
You were wrong, Corellian. Even if you don't believe it, we still care about you. Isn't that worth something?
I couldn't... What? I couldn't be the cause of... I couldn't be the cause of somebody else's death.
Don't ever think that. None of this is your fault.
Trevlon, I really appreciate the sentiment, but... Ow!
I'm sorry. And Trevlon loosens the hug. I meant what I said, though. I can't... We need you. Promise me you won't do something that crazy again. Please. I can't take that again.
It's worth risking.
It's very well. I promise you, Trevlon Bluequill, that I will never do anything that crazy again. And you know how I deal with my promises.
How exactly?
I do my best to keep them. Everything in my power. Just as I've done everything in my power to protect you all.
Just as much of this party as we are. And if we even lost you, even the thought of losing you.
We've all lost family before. I am in no mind to do it again.
Not again.
Please forgive me.
Of course.
Nate, the only way I would have not forgiven you is if you had died and left us hanging. So, thanks for sticking around.
Get over
Anything
here,
to be a
Captain.
pain in the ass. Yeah.
Get over here.
Careful, no thing.
Right, sorry.
Guys, let's get the fuck out of here.
Yes, please.
If I ever see a deep body of water again, I'm gonna shit.
Alright. You make the long, slow trek back south to the city of Shimmering Lights, passing by the smashed remains of a kobold weapons platform, the floating, bloodied bodies of several marrow and kobolds as you do, and eventually you get back onto shore, and looking off to the side you see the Queen over by the council's meeting chamber, watching you very carefully as you approach.
Trevlon sort of looks at her. Would I be able to telekinetically reach her from here?
You'd need to get closer.
Does she look approachable?
You take a quick look around. There are a lot of marrow holding weapons, but they look more at the ready than looking to spear you right now.
Trevlon looks at this party and... I gotta deliver one last message before we go.
I'm coming.
Give me a second.
No, please don't go alone.
Melmo? I think they're gonna think we're gonna attack them if we go any more than just the one.
Make
Trust
an
me.
insight check. You don't think that the marrow think you're in any shape to attack.
Then again, they are probably gonna you know, they probably think that we're weak fish. So, if you want to come with, not sure what you'll be able to gain from this. I'm the only one who could talk to the barista, but hey-o!
Now
you know
that,
what? I think I need that right now.
Now that you are not under fire, all of you can converse, and I'll just say Trevlon's translating.
Trevlon sort of gestures everybody to follow as he goes towards arms.
I have one more spell slot.
Save it.
No. Just... I cast Calm Emotions on Trevlon Bluequill.
Yeah, you understand. Trevlon Trevlon is in the moment where he's like gonna scream, but not yet. So this is postponing that. Thank you.
You need it.
Alright. You shuffle up to the council chambers, looking directly up at the High Priestess. Not the High Priestess, the Queen. The High Priestess is dead.
We failed to stop the rig from exploding, my queen. But at least we managed to get everybody away from it.
I noticed.
I thank you for listening to me. I am humbled.
There are still countless dead out there. There will be a feast tomorrow. And the day after, there will be a reckoning.
That war might not be the only one you're going to have to worry about. There is something terrible coming to Iri. Several parties sticking their fingers in places they shouldn't be, doing terrible, terrible things.
You mistake me as being worried.
I didn't actually catch that, Alex. I'm sorry.
You mistake me as being worried.
I know that you are extremely strong, likely strong enough to fight them all. It is not that I wish to worry you, my queen, but tell you to prepare in more ways than one.
You are an odd performer. But it seems you have no side in this conflict. So, you are no danger here. You may go and rest up. Pray that you do not choose a side that is against us.
I certainly will pray that. Trevlon bows very deeply.
Alright.
And gestures everybody to follow on as they leave.
You head for the exit of the City of Shimmering Lights. Below you, you see Samaro pass under the crystalline bridges, carrying the body of the High Priestess over towards the council chambers. And then you look up, and sitting by the gates, head down, huddled and leaning against a pillar, is Kailani.
Kailani?
Kailani looks up at you, and then looks down.
I'm sorry. I know you were just doing what you had to do, what you were supposed to.
It was the only thing we could save.
She was trying to kill us. We had to do what we needed to do.
I thought you were here to help.
We wanted to.
So much for that.
forgot to tell you, kobolds were still sending shipments. They were still drilling. Not to what aim. People were being told that it had stopped, but it had still been going on. I'm sorry, Kailani. I'm glad you're safe.
Kailani looks back up at you again. I don't think I'll be making the trip back.
Well, just know that you're welcome anytime.
See if that changes too.
Honey.
Just don't, Morphine. Hope to see you around.
Please be safe.
You turn and walk out of the gates of shimmering lights. You hear them close behind you, and look back and see just a faint splash in the water as the sun slowly starts rising and the rain slowly begins to fade.
Do you think that we did the right thing?
We did what we had to.
It's not about right or wrong, mate. It's about doing. And we did. Maybe what we did wasn't the best idea. Maybe we didn't make the best choices. But the only way we're not going to be doing good, in my opinion, is if we stop doing because we made a few mistakes.
Very well said. There will always be a part in an adventure. Things like this happen in wars like this. You never know when you make the right choice, and you never know if the choice you made is the right way to go, but in the end, as long as you're helping someone, and as long as that someone is the right person, that's all that matters.
No.
And as long as you feel good about what you did. As long as it's not bad. That's...
And as long as you know and feel comfortable in the fact that you did something, that you tried, take pride in that. Now, bad things happened out there. Marrow died, kobolds died.
A lot of people died.
We're still here. We can still do good, or try to. So let's do that. Let's look at the situation, all of us, and say, we know what we did wrong. Let's not do it again.
It's not a mistake. Well, it can be, but it's a learning lesson.
Yeah.
I hope you're right.
It'll be okay. We'll do better next time.
Gentlemen, I think it's time we head home.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Let's get out of here.
Can we work with that?
You walk a short distance away from the city of shimmering lights and set up camp to tend to your wounds and get a little bit of rest, having spent basically all day and all night getting there and fighting within. The morning comes. The rain is back. There's a chill in the air. And yet, you're not fighting. So there is that. Having said all you need to say, and having gained some inspiration, Momo and Corellian, because damn.
Damn, son.
Thank you.
You start on the long walk back home. As Hold on. There were a lot of pop-ups preventing me from doing encounter rolls.
God damn it, Windows 10. I don't want to update.
Bill Gates, more like Bill, can you get off my dick? Thank you.
Bill shakes.
Bill, shake around a little bit because
Truly, your
you
wit
better-
knows no bounds.
I am so. I will. You know, I.
God, stop!
Ooh.
They're really spooked.
That's a lot of something.
It's a lot of something. Alright. You walk along the riverbank, and, you take a look, along the river, seeing something shining within it. There looks to be a broken holy symbol floating idly by.
I want to grab it.
Okay. You,
Can I identify it?
make a religion check.
Okay.
This seems to be a holy symbol of Melora, goddess of the wilderness and the water.
This is a holy symbol of the goddess Melora, god of wilderness and water.
What is it?
Was it Kailani's symbol?
Can I make another religion check to see?
Sure.
Or do we know that?
Make a religion check.
Do it again.
Can I've been really worried about Kailani. Can I offer advantage?
I
Sure.
already made the check.
No,
okay.
you can offer advantage to roll again, so. Kailani carried around a whole lot of holy symbols. Melora was one of them.
This was one of them. He had a lot.
You don't
I hope
think?
he's okay.
He's alive. And there was a damn good chance he would have not been.
I need that.
I don't think he did anything drastic. Yeah.
Well, Malvane, I'm sorry we couldn't get everyone on our side. Not everyone is going to agree with what we do, or what we have done. We can't make everyone happy. So let's just be happy that we made someone happy. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. You're...
We haven't slept. We should, I don't think we should do the whole yelling thing before
It was an
we do
accident.
that.
It
No,
slipped out.
No. You apologized. And that's all we can do. We need to snooze soon.
Yes.
Let's just keep our heads on our shoulders.
I am so exhausted.
Make as many treks as we can away from the city.
Good call.
The rest of the morning passes without incident. The afternoon passes without incident. Late afternoon, something happens.
Oh no.
Whoop. Okay. Let me roll the right dice this time around.
I'm afraid.
Okay.
I'm afraid I'm depressed.
I'm depressed. I'm anxious.
Nice to meet
All right.
What, you mean you don't usually roll a D1000?
You step along the seashore, taking a quick look back to make sure you're not followed, and as you do, you notice that your footprints appear black on the white sand.
What?
What the?
Guys, is that normal? What kind of sand is this?
I see it too. This isn't. I don't think this is natural, is it?
Is it
Can I
black
roll
water?
a nature check?
Make a nature check. Mm.
We got some kind of oil on our feet.
I'm gonna roll as well. Just because. sake. For no other reason.
I.
Oh, baby.
This is definitely not natural. You know that much, at least. Something happened to the sand.
This isn't your average sand, that's for sure.
Does it look like charring at all?
It looks a little bit like ash, yes.
Can Trevor roll perception to see if there's any fires nearby, any smoke?
Sure.
Apart from the big fucking one that we just made.
Yeah, go for it. No.
What? Oh.
There is not any fire nearby.
Does it appear that this could be contamination from oil in the explosion?
No, it looks more like ash. And not to be, of course, there is that, and Trevlon pokes to the giant smoking remains of the offshore rig far away in the distance. But yeah, this is from something else. It feels like.
I don't feel safe.
Neither do
I
I.
think something's wrong.
I think we should get off the sand and get into the trees, if
Sooner
possible.
the better.
Momo, kind of starts shaking a little bit, and then he immediately, jumps and whoosh into the trees he goes.
I'll have Muska keep a sniff out.
Alright. You climb up and make camp above the black/white sand. Who's going on watch?
I'll go first.
I'll go second.
I'll go third then.
No, you rest.
You are not, yeah.
I'll take...
I'll go third.
Okay.
Alright,
Okay.
good night then.
Sleepwalk Brilliant.
Alright. Can I get first watch?
Yes, you can, my good, amazing friend.
Okay.
That is not sarcasm. What's that?
You're
gonna
sure?
stop. Why would I joke about that?
Okay. You take a look around, Momo, and off in the distance, you can see a sea turtle lazily drifting by on a floating piece of metal.
Metal?
Mm-hmm.
Does this sea turtle look alive?
16 perception, hard to tell from here.
Can I get a closer look?
Sure, yeah. You look over as the turtle passes close to the coastline. It looks alive, just kind of splaying out on top of the metal as it drifts along.
He's having a
What shape
relax.
is the
He's having a
metal?
little relax, baby.
Does it look like scrap metal, like from the rig, or?
It looks exactly like that.
Okay. Got a little paranoid there. I kind of smirk a little. Haven't seen a sea turtle in a hot minute, so have to. Yeah, that's a nice sight.
Just as
anything
Mal's
else?
about to go... yes, right.
Malphane wakes up and stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna say, does it look okay, or... I'm assuming at this point they're tagging out.
Yeah.
Does it look okay?
Looks alright. Looks like relaxing. Honest.
The less we have to worry about, the better.
I gotta be honest, I got a little paranoid. I never know what's trying to hunt us down nowadays.
You take a moment to relax, then.
Okay.
Good night.
Have a good watch.
Okay. Malphane, your watch passes without any incident. You are very confident of that.
Okay. Good one.
My turn. Okay. Perception.
All right. Trevlon, you take a quick look around. Looks like everything is all good.
Trevlon sighs and looks to the tent where Corellian is sleeping, strokes his mustache, and then just sighs again and moves forward and sort of goes ahem outside the...
Corellian just jolts awake. What?
Hey, I know you're probably still in a lot of pain. Can we talk?
Yep. Pain never stopped me from talking. It's fine. Corellian will sort of like sleepily edge their way out of the tent, sort of sit down right outside of it. You okay?
Trevlon looks around to the rest of the camp and looks at the other tents with Sleeping Bird and Elf inside. Can we head closer to the ridge? I don't want to... Yeah.
Yeah, no worries, just hand up. Corellian extends a claw.
Trevlon pauses for a brief second before picking up.
Thank you.
Malphane snores in his sleep.
I'm a fucking NFL.
I'm a fucking race.
Alright, over to the right.
Yes. Okay. So we're presumably at this ridge, and Trevlon takes a deep breath in and out and looks at Corellian. You know I meant what I said, right?
What about the never do anything crazy like that ever again, or...
I think I should be more specific. Look, I've had people in my life that have said they needed to go, and sometimes they didn't even say, but they left without saying, goodbye and all that stuff, and it sucks. And for a while, I thought the only reason that really bothers me about when people leave my life is that it's because I'm sad. Man, I feel angry. And I don't mean to spring this upon you. I don't mean to make you feel like you did save all of us. Just... The time that you're spending with us, it's... When you say it's borrowed, that's your choice. I understand what happened. I do. And I know it feels to you like you were given a chance. And maybe you sometimes debate whether or not that should have been given, but you're not on borrowed time. You're on your own time, and we're in that time. All of us.
Sorry, Trevlon. I can't change the thoughts that go through my head, just like I can't change what has happened. I can't, no matter what I want to do, I can't change the past. It's just another It was just another reminder of... Never mind, it's not something that I should... You're right, you are here now. You're right, and I did make a promise, and it wasn't that I did that because I was on borrowed time. I did promise you, all of you, that I would do my best to protect you. And that was the only thing that I could possibly think of, the only way that I could possibly help. Listen, I often... Sorry. It feels like every person that I've ever loved, it's like me being there signed a death sentence for them. And I'm terrified.
I would be dead if not for you. You understand that? You keep saying that. You keep thinking of yourself as this omen, this bad apple that just brings bad things with them. But I would be... I can't count the times you have saved my life on my hands. And I had a brother once. He thought that he was a snake. He said that to me. He thought that he was a snake and that was all he was good at being. And, you know, it wasn't the fact that he left that really bothered me. It was the fact that he thought he had no choice. And I know how being alone, feeling like you're not wanted, or you're not supposed to be there, it makes it feel like it's not a choice, like you have to go, because you're making everything worse. But as soon as a person thinks that they are not worth being around, or not worth being there, everything gets to them, for the people around them. You are worth so goddamn much to me, man.
Please don't do this to me, Trevlon.
Just...
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Don't apologize. You know how I feel about that.
Yeah,
I can see how you're sorry, mate. Say what's wrong, and say how you're gonna change.
If you... I will, but just humor me for just a moment.
Of course.
If you never say something, if you never admit something to yourself or to anyone else, if you never give voice to a thought, does that thought exist?
What is a voice, man? It's something we hear. And if you're hearing it, it's there. And saying it, it's also there too. A lot of the time I think that if my brother just looked himself in the eye and understood that people did love him and he was doing something off, and he could admit that, I think he'd still be here. And I say admitting, but it's not about that. It's... Do you trust me?
I trust you more than anyone else on this earth.
Please trust me when I say, we all love you, man. And if You are not living on borrowed time. You are living for you. And you are family. And if you left, if you decided to cash out early, I don't know what we'd do.
Well, think of me as your own personal bad copper. I'll just keep coming back.
You promise?
You know how I am about promises, Trevlon.
I know you
Make
think
one I can't keep.
it's not about keeping it. It's about trying. It's about saying to yourself, putting faith in yourself. Maybe you'll fail. But saying nothing out of the fear, it's as bad as just saying no. At least if you tried, you promised, but you failed, I know you tried. I know you wanted to change, and I know you care. It doesn't matter if it seems impossible. You want it to be? You truly, really want it to be the case, and you're going to try? Say it.
Krellin will
just
sort
know.
of reach out and offer a claw to you,
Trevlon takes it.
and Krellin will sort of hold your hand between his claws, look you in the eyes and say, I, Krellian Beles, promise you, Trevlon Bluequill, that I will do my best to come back, no matter what.
Trevlon brings him in for a gentle hug.
As long as you have faith in me.
Always,
Yes.
mate.
Sorry about your brother.
Don't be. Garrett, he left. He blames himself, I think, for what happened with Mum. In the same way I do. But, you know, blame just makes idiots of us all. Makes us think that that's all we are. And I'm trying to step away from that. And it's good to know that I have a family who's doing the same.
Yeah, sometimes
it's really hard to not. When you see that you may have caused the situation to get worse, it's so hard not to hate. Listen. But just know, I'm gonna make sure that in the same way you're the bad cop, I'm the good cop telling you that it's okay.
If you say so, I'll believe you.
Thanks. I'm so... Oh god, you are so in... Oh my god, you are so injured. That is insane. You know, it still baffles me that you literally got onto a rig and then exploded off of the rig and then died. Oh, you died.
Like
Okay,
I
no.
said, bad copper, I just keep coming back, right?
Yeah, make good on that promise or I'm gonna have a fit. Oh my god.
Yes, sir. Feeling better.
Yeah, I think I needed to get that off my chest. And thank you for listening. I really appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Right, you should probably get some sleep before your bones start to rebel.
morning comes.
Yeah.
Shit.
Oh, about that sunrise. That's
Well.
the talk trouble on.
That's an inspiration.
Woo!
All right.
Walrus, I have words for you after the stream.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna make you
Hmm?
cry.
Okay.
Good.
Stop it!
Uh,
Leave me alone!
As you
Good.
keep on walking, Malifane, you're the first to notice this. Some more of the debris from the rig has washed up onto the shore.
Oh. Oh.
You go over to look at it, and it looks like kind of a decorative piece. Used to be the end of a pipe that pumped oil through, but at the end, miraculously intact, it's been carved and shaped into the shape of an open-mouthed dragon.
Dumb question.
Yes?
Is there any significance to this dragon, or...
You pick it up and take a look. Make an intelligence check.
just a general intelligence?
Looks to have been recently modified, actually, to spit jets of fire.
Oh my god, I'm having deja vu. Right.
Everyone else catches up, and Corellian, as you take a look, you look over the bit of the rig, and though the memory of being on it when it exploded still hurts hard, you think that with enough time and tinkering, you'd be able to make something of this.
You want this?
Yes. Yes, I do. Thank you for spotting that.
Oh, and by the way, as Malifane walks back, make sure you keep good on that promise.
I don't know what you're talking about, Malifane.
Krellian smiles as they say this, by the way.
Alright. The rest of the morning passes without incident. Early afternoon is quiet. Late afternoon, right before you get to the hall.
Damn it.
Alright. Scrolling up to see what that is. Da-da-da-da-da. It doesn't look to be anything particularly major.
Oh, before I forget, keep going. I'm just rolling to restock the bow. Keep going.
Okay. Looks like there's a big old pile of mud and dirt a couple miles from the hall.
Just a random pile?
Just a big old pile, like roughly 10 feet tall, about as wide in radius.
Does it look like a grave?
No, this is piled up rather than digging down.
Huh. Could I roll history, perhaps, to see what the hell I'm looking at? Or would this be more like a nature thing?
This,
Yeah,
I'll
I'm
give you
curious about
advantage
that
on
as well.
that.
Oh, okay.
History or nature?
Go in history.
I will roll.
Given
Oh, yeah,
the
got it.
sheer amount of
Okay.
construction that's been happening at Baton Rents Hall, you would wager that they've just been taking some dirt out and piling it up here to distribute later, rather than leaving a huge pile in the middle of the grounds.
History, huh?
History.
I see.
History.
I mean, if we ever need to make defensive embankments out here, there's this.
I suppose so. History.
History. You remember it happening a lot back at Baton Rents Hall. History.
History. Anyways. I don't have anything more particular to say about this.
I mean, it just seems like business as usual then, yeah?
I am glad to say that you are right, I think.
If we're lucky, we'll be able to say that more than once.
You step back through the gates of Baton Rance Hall, and as you do, you hear the familiar sound of construction, but over it, a sound that's not quite as familiar. Tick, tick, tick.
Oh.
And you look up, and a massive clock tower has been built on the grounds of Baton Rance Hall.
What does the clock tower look like, Alex?
The clock tower is fairly tall. You'd guess around 20 to 30 feet. It's not especially massive, but it does have a large face on all four sides of it, facing outward, with arrows, large metal arrows, that slowly move along with a dunk, dunk, dunk sound that gets louder as you approach. It's not a particularly quiet clock tower, but you can at least hear it wherever you go. You turn around to talk to your companions and see if they notice the clock tower, and you see that there have been some additional reinforcements basically set up along the exterior wall, the gatehouse. The siege defenses have also completed their construction, it looks like.
Well, as long as this place is more fortified.
Is there anything else that looks to be still in construction or still ongoing?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of construction still ongoing. There are still some people fortifying and building up the guard tower that's along the palisade, as well as a couple people who are building freestanding buildings and in the manor itself. You take a quick peek into the Noble Stoat. Looks like there's some construction done in there. There's a large tank full of water now in the center of the tavern. And hidden behind a wardrobe is the secret exit you have ordered.
Oh, a lot has happened since we...
Well, it's good to know that there's been some positive progress around here.
Agreed.
Well, should we find Bert or...
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Chat to Bert, see what's going on, see what's available.
All right.
Let's do that.
You head inside, catch up to Bert just as he finishes up dinner. He looks over at all of you. You look like you went through all 9 hells.
We went at least through one of them.
I'm back, baby.
So, trip to the city go well?
Swimmingly.
I see this guy. This kobold gets
What?
swimmingly.
I have no idea what you're talking about, Treblon Blue Quill.
You can feign innocence all you want.
Is that guard for... Is that terms for pun damage, or...
You know what? Sure, why not? Let's roll a d6 for pun damage for someone who's finally not Sky. Atlas, you take 5 pun damage. Corellian's fine.
Oh my gosh!
So, we noticed the clock tower, we noticed the secret entrance, and we noticed the siege defenses. Is there any updates on progress that you want to let us know?
Yeah, the wine cellar is all expanded and we got the good shit now.
Oh, fabulous.
Excellent.
Yeah. And also there's a lot of stuff that is one day from being done. Like, the farms, we're still gonna have to specialize them, but they're almost all set up. We're gonna get the furnishing for the tavern in tomorrow, and the house you guys want converted for your merfolk friend, that's gonna be done in a day too.
That's excellent.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Truly.
In case you need an update on what you ordered that we're still working on, there is the guard tower, the enchantery, the war room, training ground, the weapons merchant, the armor merchant, the accounting office for the tavern, and the contract with the mail workers guild.
Fantastic. It's all looking really good so far. Have there been any more arrivals since we left? Any new people coming in?
Yeah, actually, there's 10 people who came in from the, oh god, I forgot the name of the city already, and it's right there. It's frickin' Port Mirandu. Apparently their homes were completely leveled, and this was the closest place.
Yeah.
Other than Moththorn, of course.
Well, we're certainly happy to shelter them.
Hopefully the Okiti and the people who decided to come this way don't kill each other. We'll have to keep an eye on that.
Yeah.
I'll be a resident bard in the bar to make sure that everybody's happy and not pissed.
What, you're not already
Or pissed in the right way, at least. What was that, Scott? Mal?
Well, you're not already a resident bard?
Well, more like... Well, I'm a resident journalist. I don't do music as much, mind you.
Could have fooled me.
Okay.
Thinks about the pipes of haunting.
Hey, that is not music, that is pain. There's a difference.
Whether or not it's good or bad music whether or not it's good or bad music isn't the debate. It's whether or not you're playing music. You, my friend,
the music
were
sounds like
playing
ah! So no.
See, this guy gets it.
Right.
Thanks, random stranger.
Right, so, we want to split up and look over things, or...
I mean, it is pretty late at night. Construction is just about to come to a close, so, take that as you will.
Actually, I think tomorrow night, after the construction is finished, I think we need to celebrate. Surviving!
Surviving. Yes.
I mean, we do have the good shit now, so be my guest.
Good shit! Let's celebrate!
I want to get so plastered I can't remember my own name.
I do!
I want to...
Hey, Malifane, how long have you and Quintessa been engaged?
Gonna roll random number here. Only about a year now. Why do you ask?
Just, recent events got me to thinking, that's all.
You know, maybe it is time that we finally start the celebrations.
You only have people for so long, I guess.
Momo
Yeah.
kind of like, his eyes start to sparkle and widen, and his hands kind of like go up to his cheeks, and he starts smiling.
What does this mean? Aurelian, if you don't mind me asking, are you ordained?
I mean, I don't really do... Why are you asking me? Momo's right there.
I don't know.
I am.
He is.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
I can
That's-
perform ceremonies in a pinch that would be really rough around the edges. I don't think I would be in a state to do something like that, honestly.
You need
Well,
rest, my friend.
Momo, what do you think about the idea?
I thought you'd never ask. This was one of my favorite parts about training in my monastery. It was always just happy and good feelings all around with doves, bubbles, all sorts of things. One of my favorite things to do. And he has like the cutest little happiness in his eyes that it's just...
Malifane finally starts to perk up, given all of the horrible, horrible things that have happened in the past
that are
few
over.
days. Hmm?
That are over. Now it's time to get jiggy and be happy.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
Emotional
Have this
catharsis.
Oh, maybe. Do we still have any of that ale by any chance?
Which one?
The what is that stuff called? The ale that helps you see your loved ones.
ale.
Oh, that's just for that holiday.
Yeah.
Do you think there's any way to contact another person through another plane, though?
Kind of like raises his hand. I don't know how to contact another person from another plane, but I know how to contact a person, or not contact per se, but I know how to see where they are and how they're doing. If that helps.
If you don't mind me asking, Mal, who are you planning on another plane? Do you know many extraplanar beings?
Well, if my theory is correct, I do. This isn't just my wedding, Trevlon.
Oh yeah, it's him. Yeah, he'd have to come, wouldn't he? He'd be pissed if he missed that, wouldn't he?
Wouldn't you know it?
Well, maybe we should put a lid on it for now. We do at least have one more city to visit, and we have to make sure we do that. And wedding might get in our heads a little bit. But afterwards, I want to help you with this. The idea of getting that idiot back in our lives. Yeah, I'm down.
You know, I'd really like that. Thanks, guys. That means a lot.
Before we break, just hold on a second. Krillin sort of rubs their eyes and just looks at Malifane, looks at Trevlon, looks up at Momo, looks at Trevlon, looks up at Momo.
How'd you get up there?
Wait. No. Krillin sort of like moves over and like pushes like Momo and Trevlon back to back and just wow.
Don't do this to me. No. You can't say what you're going to say. You know how I told you to tell the truth all the time? I lied. Don't.
I can't help it, Trevlon Blue Quill. I must tell the truth, and I certainly am not allowed to lie to Momo. I did promise that as well, and if I do say so myself, Momo's got like almost 2 heads on you. You're 3 foot. You're almost 4 foot.
Whoa, really? He kind of like grabs the top of his head.
Curlin's like
looks...
tilted up looking at you.
Yeah, Momo like turns to Trevlon and like kind of looks down slightly.
Oh my goodness.
It's alright, Trevlon.
It's finally happening!
Oh my god. You're right.
No. There was a time in dear Trevlon Blue Quill's life where he could look to his side and he could go, you know what? I can't go lower. I'm this size, but at least that's it. I feel
How long
small.
have you been a halfling, Trevlon?
I have been halfling long enough to dream of finding someone a little bit small. Just for once in my life.
You'd be used to this by now, Trevlon.
Hey, you know what? If it makes you feel any better, by the time the 2 of us are left, I'll probably start shrinking down to your size.
No, don't say that!
It's true, though.
It's alright, you can stay in the 3 foot club with me, Trevlon. Plenty of room down here.
You have one good thing in your arms 1 second, and then the universe decides to rip it away from you. And replace.
No, I'm still here! He kind of like leans down and hugs Trevlon.
Don't mock me.
I'm not mocking Accept my love. Accept my taller love.
We love you, Trevlon.
I believe I've unleashed this beast into the earth.
A single tear drips down Trevlon's face, never to return.
Oh, buddy, no.
If you guys need me, I'm gonna go soak my aching scales in the bathhouse and then pass out.
Bathhouse? I forgot we had that.
Yeah, I've been wanting to use it for a while now.
mind if I join you?
Go for it.
I have a terrifying extra-dimensional book that needs written in. It's probably very curious to figure out what just went on today. Oh boy, do I have a diary entry.
What do you say then, short stuff? How about we head to the library?
I will fucking kill you.
That's
Well,
fair.
you are within punching range.
I will dick punch so fast.
All right. While Corellian and Momo head off to get a late night bath in, Trevlon and Malifane head up to the library. I will say that after checking with the roll, no major NPCs are over at the bathhouse this late at night. So, just those two.
Fantastic.
Sick.
Great.
Here comes a new tall Momo.
Here comes Tall Momo. All right. Anything you wanted to do with the library, or are you turning in for the night and that's just a quick bit of reading and writing?
What time is it by the time they got here? I forget.
You got here during the evening and it is night now.
Yeah, I'll talk to her in the morning then. So, yeah.
Okay. All right.
I suppose, if I may be so bold, Alex, is it possible that Trevlon could roll like either history or insight to figure out a little bit more about the thing within the book as he
Arcana.
It's got a name. Arcana, baby. Here we go. Headshot.
So the good news is it's probably got a name. The bad news is it is incomprehensible and unpronounceable to mortal tongues. And it goes by the concept it wants to learn all about and embodies, which is basically the truth, or knowledge, or whatever. So you do some studying, get a splitting headache, and then stop thinking, maybe I should not learn this thing's name.
Trevlon agrees and decides to settle on just calling this thing the knowledge. And that'll be it.
Alright.
And proceeds to just write in the book.
Cool.
Malifane just spends the time either writing down the events in his journal, or just, I don't know, just staring into the distance at whatever the heck Trevlon is doing, because God knows that he has no clue what's going on.
Alright. Following that, you all turn in for the night, get some good sleep, and are woken up with a bong, bong, bong.
Oh, that must be the bell tower.
That's more like it.
Shortly after the loud ringing, the sounds of construction start back up.
I totally missed that. Momo gets up, stretches his long bones, and gets ready to go down for Beef Fast.
Oh baby, it's Beefast.
Oh
I love
baby.
Beef Fast.
Beefast today is
You sleep?
bacon.
Oh,
You sleep okay?
yeah, I slept long. And he has this shit-eating grin on his face.
Trevlon comes down, seeing the shit-eating grin, and then squints his eyes and mouths. Fucker.
Did you say
Um,
something?
No, I didn't say any swear. There were no swears involved.
Trevlon, I think you did. How about you speak up?
Understand? I know where you live.
Now.
Specifically with me.
Jojo, not Momo. Jojo, pun damage now.
No! I refuse!
It was an in-character pun. I refuse.
Fine.
In character and intentional.
Jojo 1, Mal 0.
Yeah, well. I've still avoided every dick punch except for one.
You only needed the
All
one.
damage. Anywho.
Anywho.
Anywho, breakfast is done, and you guys are free to head out wherever or to look at more stuff in the last few minutes we have before calling the session.
Trevlon would like to actually go to the Thrycreen, if possible.
Okay.
Actually, I think Malifane will join, considering he kind of knows the language halfway, so...
Alright.
Okay.
Cool. What will Momo and Krillin be doing?
He's gonna go oversee construction.
Cool.
Yeah, I'll probably head off alone and also go oversee some of the construction as well.
Cool. Want me to just randomly assign what you're constructing, or would you rather have the list again?
Just random assignments fine by me.
Woof.
I hear dreams of Doggo.
Well,
You are assigned to guard dog duty. It is official.
You head out, and you see a very excited Mastiff with trained guards hot on its heels.
Hi, Ellie. Love you.
That ain't Ellie.
Oh well. Love you, Doggo.
I love you, dog.
Perfect.
I thought it was Ellie Infinite, and I was going to be so happy.
Nope. Alright. Okay, you are assigned to Training Ground and Tavern Accounting Office, since those take the most time otherwise. Anyway, Chevlon and Malifane head over to the tenements and squeeze past the new crowd of people who give you some very pointed stares as you pass by, and walk over to the Thrycreen as they converse in the corner.
Did they appear to be talking about anything in particular?
They appear to be talking about the food, and how it's like, they cook pork? Pork is in regular supply? What?
Trevlon looks to Malifane and goes, so, I can talk to the, Arista. What else I can talk to with my newfound, knowledge? And Trevlon sort of, wraps his fingers across the book. And would like to try and telekinetically speak to the Thrycreen.
Alright. What do you say?
And Trevlon says, hey, can you understand me?
The instant you do, their heads just snap immediately over to you. The Thrycreen walk on over, tilting their head, clicking and clacking, and you hear this clearly, Chevlon, as
it speaks our tongue. What is it? What is its power? Is it a dream speaker?
I'd say that's...
I'm not a dream speaker. They can actually understand me, first of all, Malifane. Crazy. I am... and Trevlon...
I'm assuming Mal can only understand, bits and pieces of it.
Yeah, you can understand just a little bit. Phrases like dream speaker are completely lost on you.
Trevlon smiles, coughs, and telekinetically... Not a dream speaker. I came across some help from another worldly being. It's lending me the power to speak to people's heads. It's pretty weird, but it's also pretty cool. Yeah, it's weird. Hi.
Them in a way that essentially translates to now can understand.
Alright. The Thrycreen look at each other and chitter, and Trevlon, you hear this as,
not Thrycreen speak, but speak and we hear.
And they nod, look back.
You are masters of house. You have sent welcome. We are grateful.
No worries. We're glad to have people from all walks of life here at the Battlegrounds Hall. Trevlon looks to Malifane and says, was there anything in particular that you wanted to ask them that you couldn't?
Oh gosh, is there anything Malifane wanted to ask them? This is the time where I really wish I had the OneDrive open.
Yep.
Alex, remind me what the horrifying bug, like beetle-headed monster, what that thing is, like, what race is that? What is that thing from?
You mean this?
Yeah. What's that?
This
I
is
hate that thing!
this is Zunkira, queen of the hive / the swarm.
I hope she dies.
Ooh, boy, are you gonna be the racist one this time?
No. I was going to ask them about something like that, because I am dreadfully misinformed about it. See if they know anything. I mean, I've not met many bug people in my life. Who knows? Trevlon coughs, looks to the Thri-Kreen, and says, I've been doing some research on the peoples of Irion, and something has been bothering me, or at the very least, I don't feel like I have a lot of information about something in particular, if you don't mind me asking. I don't know if you'll be able to help, but yeah.
We are confused, but intrigued.
Do you know anything about, and please don't take this the wrong way if it is anything weird, do you know anything about Zunkira and the Swarm?
The instant you mention that name, the Thri-Kreen stand bolt upright, look at each other again, look back at you.
Why would you know the Swarm Queen?
We don't, but the Swarm Queen has directly tried to harm us before, or at the very least, tried to harm friends of ours. They are part of a collection of people on this continent that wish to do harm to it, in my opinion. And I know dreadful little about her.
We're looking for any answers that can help us. Anything at all.
The Thri-Kreen look at each other, chitter again. Because you are tuned into their telepathy, Trevlon, you can hear...
They are fools. They are in danger. Yet they are host. It is owed.
And they turn back to you.
Zunkira, Hive Queen, dominator of the southern desert. She has risen. She speaks through dreams, through others. She speaks, and the swarm listens. She seeks ascendance.
Does the idea of ascendance ring any bells when thinking of Rancor?
Make an Arcana check.
Oh, baby.
Here we go.
Do you want to help with this, Mal? I'm letting you know about this conversation.
I would be honored.
Oh, forgot to give myself advantage. Yeah.
Hey!
It does ring a bell. Rancol did mention summoning and or usurping a god as part of his plan. Ascendance probably has something to do with that. That being said, it doesn't seem like the sort of thing you could really share. So, either Zunkira believes she's going to get it and will not, or she's looking for something else.
You know what? I better specify then. I've got friends right here who can tell me. If you don't mind me asking, you say ascension.
Yes.
What is that for her?
Ascension is Anunnaki returning to them.
Who are they?
They come from not here. They come from not this world. They go to worlds and sow the seeds. Seeds of civilization. But the people of the sky wage war on Anunnaki. Drive them back before work is complete.
I see.
Now there are no people of the sky. Now there are no Anunnaki. Now there is Zunkira.
Right. Trevlon looks to Mal as he relays this information very concernedly. And then looks back to the Thri-Kreen and says, "Thank you. This has answered a lot of questions that I was desperate to know. And I appreciate this. If you don't mind me asking," and Trevlon quickly pauses before saying this, and Mal, did you manage to get their names?
I don't think I was.
Oh.
I never really got that far.
Well, now's the time. Trevlon looks back with a smile and says, "What are your names?"
Looking at Thri-Kreen names, because I don't want to give them random stuff that doesn't fit their naming conventions.
Hell yeah.
I am Chaktha. I am Katcha.
These are very good and very good names. Fantastic. Right. Well, thank you again for your assistance on this and your generous giving of information. If you don't mind me asking, would you feel comfortable if I returned at all? Perhaps to ask more questions?
You give shelter. We give information. It is fair trade.
Thank you.
If there's anything else you need in order to make your stay more comfortable, please don't hesitate to ask. We offer
Indeed.
you our hospitality.
Comfort is not our concern.
Well, if you need anything, and Trevlon bows graciously.
All right. And, knowledge in hand, you head out to oversee construction, wondering what the Anunnaki have to do with this deep, deep ritual and conspiracy within Irion. And that is where we're going to end our session.
Oh boy!
So, for experience points, I was going to save the last roleplay until after you got back to Baton-Rance Hall, but you guys kicked enough ass that fuck it, you're getting all 7,000 needed to level up right now!
Oh my god!
Guys, we fucking did it! We survived! We kicked ass!
We did, holy
We
shit.
lived!
You
We may not have done
lived!
the right
Holy
thing, but we
shit!
fucking lived!
No, not only did we live, but we should not have.
No, we should have fucking died!
We spat in the face of death and we should have been killed on the spot.
We shall discuss death and emotions in the post show. See you on Twitch in a few minutes. See you on YouTube. Not in the post show. Bye bye.
Bye guys.
Bye.
Bye.